So I think I'll describe the challenge one from the customer perspective, as in the consumers. And I think there's still a perception of security that they have to overcome. A lot of people feel, say, internet banking is more secure than mobile banking. Actually speaking, the reverse is true, because on internet banking through your browser you can still be hacked, whereas if you build native apps, the chances of getting hacked is far less, and instances are far less. So I think there's a bit of consumer education to be done for people to adopt mobile banking in this region. A lot of banks are putting out more and more solutions over there, but I think to drive customer adoption, you definitely need the comfort of the customer to buy in. Often I get asked the question, what do you mean by mobile banking? And I always emphasize to my customers that when we talk about mobile, it's about the customer being mobile, the customer being on the move. It's not about the mobile phone. So don't worry so much about the technology. What you have to think as a bank is that when your customer is on the move, what are the relevant services you can offer that customer? So if you're here from Hong Kong today, what are the relevant services that a bank can offer you over here in Hong Kong? And I think the more banks get that, the better the services that they'll be able to offer to the customer. So the focus is all about the customer. It's about the customer being on the move. I think by and large, most senior bankers understand that the future is mobile. I think they don't understand how fast that future is coming. So, today I will tell bankers that today you will not bank with a bank that doesn't have internet banking as an example. Tomorrow you probably will not bank with a bank that doesn't have mobile banking. So, and mobile banking is not just about building a basic app and saying, look, I have mobile banking. Mobile banking is really trying to figure out your customer engagement and getting that right. So they do understand it is there. It is just that they feel it is not as urgent as is required. And what we try to tell them, you need to do it now because consumers are moving to mobile very, very rapidly. So whenever we talk to banks, we say, your mobile journey is exactly that. It's going to be a journey. It will be something that you will do on a regular basis. It will be something that you will build a roadmap. It is not a one-time project. It's not like core banking that, okay, I spend 1 year, I replace my core banking, then I'm done for the next 10 years. Mobile is a journey. It's not just the first version of the app that you put out. Every year, every 6 months, every 3 months, you have to keep modifying the app, putting new features which are again relevant to the customer. So what we say is take your strategy. Don't try and launch the perfect mobile banking in the next 1 year. Launch something which is relevant to the customer quickly. Learn from your experience from the customer and then continue to modify and adapt as per your customer requirements. I think sometimes people underappreciate how difficult it is to build an enterprise-grade mobile banking solution. Sometimes, senior bankers will think it's just an app. It should be quite easy. And then you have to tell the bankers that, think about it, you're taking your entire bank and putting it in an app, which means you need readiness on your back-end systems, and oftentimes they're not ready. You need readiness in your processes internally to be able to service the customer, and obviously you need readiness in the front end. I'll give you a simple example. We worked on projects where they say, okay, this entire process should take 10 minutes opening an account on the mobile phone. Very good, it takes 10 minutes. But after that, the back-end system takes 1 week for all the account processing, everything else to be done. So how does that 10-minute benefit you when it took you another 1 week to fulfill the requirement of the customer? So I think for us, as we talk to bankers, we say, yes, there's the front-end part, but you have to think about your back-end systems, you have to think about your processes. It's really end-to-end banking. Don't just think of it as a simple app on a phone. So this year, the hot trend seems to be chatbots, AI. And I think I would cautious bankers against that. I think it's a very interesting thing, and I think the technology has to mature. We've had this since 2000. If you remember, there used to be these virtual assistants that you could ask a question to. Now, if you can get that experience right, I think it is great. But if you just put out a chatbot or you put out a trend, just for the sake of putting it out and the experience is not good, the response is not good, it may actually backfire. So this seems to be a big hot trend as far as bankers are concerned. For us, it's just about, again, driving that customer engagement, relevance. What could be relevant to one region, say in Philippines or Malaysia, could be very different from Singapore. I mean, if you think of Singapore as a small island, so say P2P or these kind of transactions may be limited versus Philippines, which is far spread out over many islands, and then local remittance could be a big thing. So you have to really look at your customers, your environment, and look at the relevant solutions. Don't go with a major fad or a trend which might be in the market.